morning everyone, welcome back to my allotment diaries. My name is Emma, these are the allotment diaries. This is my allotment plot here in South London, or this is one of them. I actually have two that connect together, and on this channel I just show you my day-to-day life on an allotment plot, what I'm getting up to at different times of the year on a day-to-day kind of basis. So it's a great place to start if you've got your first allotment plot and you kind of want to know what everyone else is getting up to and whether you're doing the right thing, because I've been there, and that's exactly why I started this channel, so that I could share what I'm doing. If you find that sort of thing helpful, do subscribe to my channel. Also on Sundays I am putting up allotment plots for very beginner videos, and they're kind of shorter and they're more to the point, and I answer sort of commonly asked allotment questions like how to fill your growing beds, how to design your allotment plot, how to clear your first allotment plot. So do check those out as well, they might be useful. I am actually feeling a lot better today, guys. I know my voice doesn't really show that, but I promise I am. It really helped getting out here to my allotment quite a lot. The fresh air has really perked me up. So the cold is shifting. I don't know if it was COVID or just a flu-y cold thing. I imagine it's just a cold. Or maybe just everything's COVID now. Who knows? Who knows? I can hear Einstein. I think it might be nice to start with feeding the bird. Somebody said that I've got nails sticking out of his little feeder over there that he nearly trod on. So I'm going to go take a look at that, because we don't want that, do we? We don't want to kill the bird. Oh yes, there are a few little nails sticking out. That's quite annoying. So I might give him a bit of a bash then. I'm not sure where they'd be coming from. I think this bird feeder's just broken. So it's just little like pin nails. Right, okay, let's smash them in. Any day that starts with me being able to use my hammer is always a good day. Do you mind? It's always a good day when I get to use this, so, right. Where are you? Coming in. Right, I can hear him, but I think he's going to take his time today coming over, so we will circle back to this later on. Oh look! Garlic's growing. Look guys, all that lovely autumn garlic that I planted is finally starting to come up. It didn't take very long actually, I say finally, it's all coming up. It's just all coming up, it looks absolutely great. I'm going to take the fleece off now and keep it off. I might net it over instead just to protect it from pigeons. Pigeons absolutely love, this is all my brassicas in here by the way, don't know if you can see them all. Pigeons love to come and strip all the leaves and eat them, so it's good to cover it with something. I'm going to cover it with some netting instead, but I want the frost to get to it now. I'm not scared of frost anymore because frost really helps brassicas to taste better. It sweetens them. I've spoken about this a few times before, but just in case you are completely new to it, basically what happens is when a brassica plant freezes over and gets frost on it, it turns its starch into sugar. So it's got starch within it and it turns it to sugar. It's almost like it's its own personal antifreeze, a way of protecting itself and creating more energy so that it doesn't die. Obviously to us, turning starch to sugar makes it taste sweeter. So if you allow your sprouts and like all of your brassicas basically to get some frost and then you harvest it and then you eat it, it will taste sweeter. If you don't like it to be sweeter, harvest it before the frost, obviously. You don't have to do that if you don't like them sweet. I like them sweet. So I've got 3 sprout plants here and I do want them to get some frost, but do they even have any sprouts on them? They're not looking like the healthiest sprouts I've ever grown, but I'm not really surprised this year. Yeah, these are sprouts. Yeah, they are growing some sprouts. They're like purple sprouts. I'm not sure what variety of sprout plant this is, but it's definitely not done that well at my allotment. No, definitely not the healthiest sprout plant I've ever grown. I have to say this year has been particularly tough for a lot of my crops. Crops that normally do really well have really struggled this year, and I just can't seem to get them growing. So it's a bit of a shame, but yeah, okay, right, let's net all these. Everything else is looking okay actually. Got a few Savoy cabbages. Yeah, a little bit of whitefly, but looking good, looking good. I think we've got some, I don't even know, oh, did I just put my finger on a slug? Oh, oh, caterpillars, that's not great. Yeah, different types of cabbages and Savoy cabbages, I think. They're all doing all right. Yeah, they're doing all right. So I'm actually going to sow out directly some broad beans today. These are called broad bean. Why are they so agua-dolce? Agua-dolce? Oh God, I'll just hold it up to the camera as I normally do because I can't pronounce it, I'll just get it wrong. But I'm going to overwinter them. So I love broad beans, and I discovered broad beans when I first got my first allotment plot because I was so desperate to plant something out, and I googled what can I plant in sort of October, November time, and it was broad beans. And you can sow them like right through, you can sow them right through till February. So it's always like a crop that you see on most allotment sites because people are so desperate to get something in the ground and grow something. So it's just a great bean to grow, but I actually love the taste as well. They are absolutely delicious. One of my absolute favourite things to harvest from the allotment plot. And it also does really well at my plot every year. So I'm going to overwinter them this year. You can sow out your broad beans directly into the ground between October and February for a June, July and August harvest. So I'm hoping that by planting out in October, maybe I'll get sort of a May, June harvest of them. Great, cool. They're going to go in this bed here. It's been mulched over. It's also had a little bit of a weed. So let's plant them in. Right, so I'm going to use a stick, and I'm going to use a stick because I want to make the holes and make sure that I know where they're all going before I actually plant any out. So now broad beans are quite big plants. They're a lot bigger than I ever think they are. So when you're planting out the seeds, it can be quite tempting to kind of put them quite close together because the seeds are quite small. I mean, they're big, but they're also sort of small. But they are big plants. Do not be fooled. Leave about a foot between them. Maybe actually a little bit more, to be honest. What does it say on the pack? 9 inches apart. 9 inches is about a foot, isn't it? 12 inches is a foot, just under a foot. I'd say a foot, to be honest. 9 inches. I'm also sowing them in rows. I'm going to do 3 long rows, and that's because it will be much easier for me to support the row as opposed to the individual broad bean plant, and they will need supporting, they do fall down. So what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to put twine across the whole row and keep the whole row up, as opposed to doing each individual plant, so it sort of makes sense. It doesn't always work out like that, guys. This is what you should do. This isn't always what actually happens in practice, you know. That's the thing about gardening. You've got to be adaptive. Adaptable, adaptable. You know, something I've been meaning to ask, when you sow from a seed pack and it's like big seeds like this, do you purposely go for the bigger seeds, for like the biggest one that you can find, like over a small one like that? Does that actually make a difference? Because in my mind, logically, I feel like that great big one will do a lot better than that little one purely because he's bigger. Is that actually true or not? are seeds better if they're bigger? I don't know. I just always find myself naturally picking out the biggest seeds, like bigger is going to be better, you know, but I expect they'll probably all grow a fairly decent sized plant, so I don't know if there's any truth in that, but yeah, let me know. Einstein showed up at last. Come on in. There you are. So this is a bed that I haven't really looked at for a long time, so I think I've got some celeriac growing in here which has got new leaves, which is very exciting. So we'll leave those to do their thing. These are parsnips and they're going a bit yellowy, just not looking so great, and I'm not sure why. Maybe what I'll do is pull one up and see what's happening. It's very unusual for my parsnips to ever have any kind of problem, but some of the leaves are yellow. They might need a feed. What I might do is feed them, but I really want to see, in fact we don't have to pull one up. What we can do is have a little dig and see if, oh, there's a lot of bugs. Maybe they've been infected by something then. We can have a dig and see, oh my gosh, was that the, is that the freaking parsnip? Oh my god, look at the size of him. That's the parsnip there. Okay, good, so we are getting some parsnips. There's a lot of bugs on him. I really hope they don't affect him, but he looks healthy, he looks very good in there. So we'll cover him back up. I shouldn't have done that without gloves on because the liquid from the stems and leaves can actually burn you, so hang on. I think I'm alright. Bit of vital information there I completely forgot. Don't touch parsnip, like tops of parsnips without any gloves on. Okay, alright, we'll give these a feed. We'll give those a feed, and then the celeriac. This has been growing most of the year and it's got fresh leaves on it now. So it looks like a very healthy little plant. I'm just going to leave them. I've got a little row of them. I'm just going to leave them to do their thing. Right, I'm going to use my homemade stinging nettle feed, so I'm just going to dilute it into this. Do two. Right. If you have any idea why my parsnips are doing this, do let me know. So I've now currently given them a feed. I've checked that we've still got parsnips growing and the majority of it is green. I don't know what's going on with them, and I normally have no problem at all with my parsnips. They literally, I leave them alone. What is going on with them? Let me show you in a tiny bit more detail actually, so you can actually give me a proper answer. Can you see how a lot of them are flopping around, and then we've got like this yellowing of a lot of the leaves? That's why I've given it a feed, because I thought, oh, yellow leaves, normally that's something to do with feeding your plant and it needs more feed. Some of it is sort of really dying back though. That's a little bit concerning there, isn't it? Maybe they are just fine, maybe they're just healthy and I'm just being a little bit panicky. But yeah, let me know. I mean, will the feed be enough? That's the question. Right, I'm going to leave the vlog there today because that's all I really needed to get done today. So I've done the jobs that I planned to do. I feel really good about it. The plot's looking amazing, and I'm going to head off home and come back again. And I like to do that on my allotment, you see. I like to do little and often jobs. So I usually come down here, by the way, 3 to 4 times a week, and I spend about an hour and a half, and it's autumn time now, it's October, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. A lot of it is content because obviously I make these vlogs, but I do like to have a little like list of jobs to do, and I sort of tackle a few jobs every time I come down. I've got quite a few big projects over the autumn time that I want to do, so the compost being like the main one. I want to make a proper compost bay and start composting properly, and I'm going to really document that in detail and really take you on the journey with me, because I think it will help a lot of you as well as myself. I do have quite a lot of autumn jobs for you lined up that I will share on this channel. So if you're not subscribed already, do subscribe. Massive thank you again if you have brought an allotment planner. The link is below in my description. You can still get your hands on one. Hopefully it will really help you to keep organised on your allotment plot for next year, or even just give you a space to jot down ideas and to really think about your goals and what you want to grow and stuff. I've already started filling out mine, so let me know if you're already filling out yours. Very excited for the next growing year already. Hope you enjoyed my vlog today. I'm rambling. I will see you again on Friday. See you Friday at 5 p.m. Bye.